to West Sound TV Presents, and we've got a special one for you tonight. We didn't think we were going to get to do this North Kitsap School District rivalry game, but this is the makeup for the iced out game on 12/21 as the Kingston Buccaneers travel to Paulsbo to take on the North Kitsap Vikings. I'm the Doctor, Doc Parr from West Sound TV. Kitty Campagna's here, and Dave Ziesmer on that other mic. And Dave, it's great to be able to get this cross-district rivalry in.
I already like the intensity in the gym. The gym's almost all packed. You can feel the intensity right now, and the game hasn't even started yet.
And it's started now, and Kingston's going to come away with the board. Ball is tapped around, and coming out of there is Kingston with it. And down low, takeaway by the North Kitsap Vikings. North has got Ethan Grabner, Riley Lindsay, Jacob Hill, Kendall Gill, and Jared Felix out there starting things out. That's going to go off Kingston. The Kingston starting lineup is Connor Wall, Bo Rabideau, KT Deem, Hans Schipper, and Kyle Hamill. Of course, North Kitsap in the home white, and the Buccaneers in the maroon and gold.
One thing I already see is North Kitsap when they're passing, they're trying to spread it around, way out on top, quick passes.
Now there are 5 teams from the Olympic League that go to the playoffs this year. Most of them, 2 out of 5, I believe, are loser out in the first round. But Kingston down 1 game in the loss column to the North Kitsap Vikings, and the first 2 on the board.
Nice little 14-footer driving to the hoop.
KTD. Oh, and Schipper gets the takeaway. Kingston pushing it quickly. That's KT. Oh, good pickup by Hans. Of course, Coach Blake Conley for the Buccaneers, and Tony Chisholm, the coach for North Kitsap. Now, the Buccaneers have had 2 third places in the state of Washington the last 2 years, but Coach Conley lost a lot of guys from those teams, but KT is one of the guys that had a lot of playing time over there at the Sundome.
They're really young, and they rely on a lot of leadership from him, and he pretty much directs the team.
First one's down. That's Hans Schippers. Hans is another senior at 6'5". That's off. Rebound pulled down by Riley Lindsay, senior for the Vikings. It's Grabner with it now. Trying to get inside, but Kingston doing a nice job on the D, knocking it loose and grabbing it.
Kingston's already packing the zone, so they can't get those inside passes in.
Ooh, the layup just slightly off for Kyle Hamill.
Right now, I don't see a quick pace right now, so I think they'll just try to get in their offense. It might be their strength.
And another turnover by the Vikings. Oh, KT Deem driving the hoop. Shot is knocked off of him out of bounds, though, and North Kitsap will bring it in just underway in the first period, and Kingston up 3-0.
Quick sub. We got number 24 is coming in. Henry English.
KT with the takeaway. Now, Henry's one that had some good playing time last year at the Sundome at the tournament, 2A state tournament. Ooh, good drive in the paint. Wouldn't go down, though, for Jared Felix.
Nice drive to the hoop. You just got to finish his lay-in.
And that is Henry with it. Ball's knocked out of bounds off Kingston, so inbound to the Vikings.
Neither team really has gotten into their offense yet. I give it maybe a half quarter, and then I think it'll start. They're just trying to go too hard right now.
And they're going to call the travel.
That's a very common travel call in the high school basketball. It's they try to take off right when they receive the ball, and it's a quick step, and most of the time they're going to travel.
And I like that call because you don't want to let the kids get into bad habits.
And that happens when they just gaining advantage over the defense.
And North Kitsap coming away with it. The Buccaneers up 5-0. Gravener with it for the Vikings. That's Kendall Gill, one of the seniors out there for Coach Chisholm. Oh, KT Deem. To the iron, count it for 2, and send him to the free throw line. I've liked KT. I like watching him play.
He's a very smart player. He recognized where the defense is on the drive, and he pretty much played to the defense, and he knew he was going to get fouled.
And so far, a couple of the takeaways, we don't keep steals, but he's got a couple at least.
Yeah.
Well, we got a timeout here at the 4:51 mark in number 1, and well, they still say 5-0 up there on the board. I thought that, oh, there it is. They just changed it. I knew that. I thought that basket counted. So it's 7-0 in favor of the guests, the Kingston Buccaneers. And because this is a makeup game, these teams will turn around and play each other on Friday.
Yes, they are.
February 1st at opposite schools. The girls, of course, are up at Kingston tonight.
This could be a fun little rivalry that you can get in every year. Kids come out in droves sometimes just to watch the game.
Well, and of course, a lot of the Kingston kids, it's finally starting to get to the period where they're all Kingston now, but in the early days, they all came from North.
That would, to me, if I had to have that done, it would be kind of tough. But
well, I think the first year or two, they actually gave the kids a choice whether they wanted to stay at North or move up to the new school. And there again, air ball for the Vikings, and Buccaneers running it quickly down the other direction. There's that travel once again, just like you said, Dave. He got the ball and a little too anxious.
Almost all the time they're really anxious to get around the defender, and most of the time that will get called.
Gravener. And the outside shot is off. And they're going to call number 3, Riley Lindsay, I guess, with clearing out.
Once that ball's in the air and you see those arms extend on the defender, on the rebounder, that's when they're going to call the push-off, and that's a pretty easy call. Nice call by Daryl Derringer, one referee. We have James Morris, another referee, and Scott Evans, another referee.
Oh, KT's long outside shot is partially blocked, and North Kitsap comes away with it. Halfway through number 1. Oh, good drive that time by Jacob Hill. And somehow or other, Lindsay comes out of there to keep it alive for the Vikings.
Nice dish by Hill.
That was a great dish.
You know, these shots will go in. They have to. I mean, they're little easy shots. They should go in, but they just have to finish.
Plenty of time on the shot clock. 14 seconds. Blocked out of bounds. That block was tagged to Hans Schippers. And now North Kitsap with 11 seconds on the shot clock will inbound it. It's under 10 now on that shot clock. You got to be aware. 6, 5. Somebody's got to go for it. Oh, and kind of bailing North Kitsap out. Kendall Gill will get a trip to the free throw line.
Not a smart foul by Katie Dean on that.
Did say that shot clock was down to about 3.5 seconds.
And when you have a shooter going to the right off a dribble, and it's not effective, that's not a high percentage shot, and you have to let him take that shot.
And there's the first point on the board for the North Kitsap Vikings. And second opportunity for Kendall Gill, makes both.
And this was on a three-point shot.
Okay,
yes,
so he'll have one more opportunity up there. 3:23 left to go here in the first period. And that one's off, and rebound pulled down by Schippers. Hans with it. Kicks it out to Deem. Yeah, KT losing the dribble, so he sends it back to Connor Wall. Connor's another one that got some good playing time in postseason last year for the Buccaneers.
You cannot count experience. I mean, you have to count experience because it's such a huge effect on when you're playing smart.
Adam Lemon in the game for North Kitsap, number 44 down there in white. Out of bounds off of Kingston, and North Kitsap will bring it in with 16 seconds on the shot clock, and a timeout here. At the 2:45 mark, a 8-2 lead for the North Kitsap Vikings.
North Kitsap, a much better team this year than last year. I think last year they only won 2 games, so it's a great team this year. They have a chance to make the playoffs right now, and so does Kingston. We'll see by the end of the year who are the stronger teams in the end. Who are the players that are going to come up, that need to come up. Our 30-second timeout is just about over.
2:45 left to go here in number 1, and a quick start for the Buccaneers. But as you said, Dave, they'll kind of even themselves out as things go on. 1 game difference in the loss column for these two teams.
North has got an 8-7 record, so much better team than last year.
Well, overall, so does Kingston, both at 8-7. 6-5 in league for the Bucks and 7-4 in league for North.
Now here's a call that you don't see very often. We have a double foul on North Kitsap and Kingston. On the rebound, both of them were holding each other down. They went to get the ball, and so it's a right call. You have to call a double foul on that.
And the upshot being that North Kitsap will get the inbound on it. And a new shot clock, apparently.
Everything changes back to the 35-second shot clock.
Coach Conley has wondered about that one.
Most coaches wonder about a lot of calls, and you let them ask.
That's part of their job.
You bet.
Carson Roberts in the game now for North. Long outsider is off. Oh, whoa, man. Count it, but there's some physical play down in the rebounding area.
Nice rebound by Jared Felix. He reached over the head of the rebounder to get the ball, and that is not an over in the back.
Chippers with the shot. It's off, and Connor Wall keeps it alive. 15 in the game. That's Nathan Carlton for the Buccaneers. And 24, Henry English.
Great defense by North, man-to-man.
KT takes the 3, and it goes down. 11-4 now for the Buccaneers.
That's a nice fadeaway jumper from about 20 feet. Beat his defender.
Jacob Hill sends it to Gill. Get down low, and ball is going to be out off Kingston.
North right now is not able to get the ball inside right now. Kingston's packing the zone, even though kind of playing a zone man-to-man inside, and they're having trouble getting the ball inside right now.
Couple new players coming in for the Buccaneers. Oh, good drive and dish. Adam Lemon, though, could not do anything with it. That was a pretty nice drive by Carson Roberts.
Yes, nice pass. Kyle Hamill was not really ready for that pass, though. It kind of blindsided him.
And whistle blows. It's going to be inbound for the Buccaneers. And that foul will be tagged to Adam Lemon. He's got 2 quick ones. Vikings have 5 team fouls, and we're not out of the first quarter yet. Outside shot is off by Nathan Carlton. And it's going to go out of bounds. Vikings will bring it in. 1:08 left to go in number 1.
So far, we have no rhythm in this game. It's just a bunch of passes. Neither team is in their offense right now. The true offense they need to be in, I can say. By the second quarter, I think it will start taking effect.
Jacob Hill over to Carson. Jared Felix driving low, tries to pass it out, and the ball knocked out of bounds by the Buccaneers. Under a minute to go in the first period. Oh, good D by the Bucks. Oh, that was a nice pass.
Nice pass. He led him by about 3 feet, and that's where you want to receive the pass and go right to the hoop instead of waiting for the ball.
Henry English completing it. Oh, they're going to call player control on Kendall Gill.
Once he stuck his arm out and pushed off the defender, that's an automatic offensive charge. That's a really, really easy call to make.
Do they still call it the charge? You hear mostly player control.
Well, you can hear player
these days.
control, charge. Here's another one we have now. It's called a blarge. It's a.
Is it like a blog?
It's because of an offensive charge or a block, and so now coaches want a blarge. So that's kind of a term we have fun with.
I bet. 10 seconds. 6 seconds. Outside shot is good for 3 for Connor Wall. And that's the end of number 1, and the Buccaneers have come to Paulsbo to play tonight, leading 16-4.
He dribbled out on top of the key for about 6-7 seconds, and the closely guarded rule was not in effect because he got away from the defender. He got to be within 6 feet for that to be in effect, and he got away from the defender and shot the ball and in.
Alrighty, well, I'm going to turn the mic here for the second period over to Kitty Campagna, and she will take over. Along with Dave, I'm the Dr. Doc Parr, we're West Sound TV.
Top scoring leaders for Kingston right now, KT Dean has 5 points, Henry English has 4 points, North Kitsap is led by the Kendall Gill with 2 points and Jared Felix with 2 points. So a low scoring game right now for North. A lot of shots missed.
Dave, you're giving credit to our statistician, haven't you?
I will do that. My wife,
Thank you.
Dana, is doing my stats tonight. She's keeping score for me. Doing a fine job. First time she's done this. So she's, so I really like to thank her because it's a tough job when you're keeping stats.
Oh, definitely. And we are doing some multitasking tonight. I was running camera to begin with, and now I'm going to do some play-by-play. Doc will take over camera. Dave just gets to sit at a mic. He's talent all the way. So away we go. 16-4 lead for the visiting Buccaneers. Coach Chisholm seems to have some different people out there. It looks like he's trying to decide who his 5th will be.
He's trying to get some chemistry on the court right now because that first quarter was not a pretty quarter at all by North. A lot of shots missed, a lot of open shots, lay-ins that need to be made.
Still just the crowd kind of waiting, everybody waiting, whistle blows, and we're off. That is senior KT Dean bringing it up. You'll be watching him with the ball most of the time. Gets it over to English. English again. Takes a shot, and the putback by number 35, Han Shippers.
North went into a 2-3 zone defense, and the 3 on the bottom, Kingston still got the rebound on that, and that should not happen.
North also led by a senior, that's Jacob Hill with the ball, but he gets it swatted away. Riley Lindsay gets it back, swatted again by Shippers and again by Hamill, but they're going to call a foul on, does the foul go on Shippers?
Yes, and Riley Lindsay got away with the charge again. That elbow was sticking out, and he got lucky because that...
well, I think the view was blocked by the defender, so they didn't see the elbow. Going to the line is Kendall Gill. He'll be shooting 2. That is the 4th team foul on the Buccaneers, and it's in.
Nice rotation on the foul shot. When you get that nice rotation, that ball grabs that rim and pops right in.
So the table doesn't believe it. They haven't put it up yet, but we're having a conversation over there right now. We'll see if they realize they missed a point. Still some conversations.
Always going by the home book at the table.
So do you think, the points up, are they discussing what they're going to do at their Super Bowl party this weekend, or what's the plan there?
How much they're going to bet?
No, I'm sure they won't be, never. Gill for a second shot. Veteran crew of referees over here.
Daryl Dinger going to both coaches and explaining what the situation was.
Another perfect shot by Gill. Full court press now. Gets it to Deem. Looking ahead, finding some help. That's Connor Wall into Shippers, or that's Hamill.
Nice.
Wow, they've used their big men well.
Nice dish up. Pass was way up on top, above his arms, where he can catch the ball and just put the ball right on the backboard.
Gill to Lindsay. Stolen away by English. Couple different moves and just too hard to the backboard. Big man taking it down, might get that, does the smart move, slows it up, gets it back, and an opportunity on the shot. That's Riley Lindsay with the miss. Kingston looking to run. English brings it inside, finds Hamels. Hamels looks outside, and that's almost off of North Kitsap, but he recovers, and that's number 20, Tyler Lee.
North must get into a rhythm of shooting the ball correctly. Right now they're just stop, pop, and travel call.
Stop, pop, and travel.
Rhythm is really important when you're shooting the ball. That's probably the most important thing about shooting, is getting into that rhythm.
Now North is going to try a full court press, see if that maybe can get him a little change in what's happening. Connor Wall bringing it up. Stops, pops, and shoots for two. 22-6 lead for the visiting Buccaneers. About 6:14 left here in the second quarter.
Number 23, David Perry's in the game now for North. I've seen him come up through the junior high to JV games, and a pure shooter, a great shooter.
Tries to get it inside. Going to go off a Buccaneer. For some reason, the shot clock reset. I think they got to check on that. Scott Evans trying to say how many seconds he saw up there when that happened. Yeah. Coach Connolly giving instructions as if it were a timeout, but the other team gets to listen in. It's kind of a good deal.
Sometimes two referees get together and they don't know for sure what they have, but they have to put a guess. And
exactly.
Yeah.
And 24 is the best guesstimate tonight. In for a deep shot. That's number 32, Michael Urquhart. English tries to save it, but that's going to go out of bounds off the Buccaneers, and North will get it right back. Opportunity to cut into this lead. Riley Lindsay taking it out. Jacob Hill with it. A lot of these names we've said for a while. Oh, smart move. Jared Felix for two.
That almost was a jump ball, but he lowered the ball to his body and then just flipped it up. So that was a smart move on the player.
Demon English exchanging passes. Gets it out to Hamels. He's got his Twin Towers in there again. Oh, and the pass to Hamels is perfect from Connor Wall.
Connor Wall ran a little off-ball screen behind the hoop there, and it was a great pass.
Are you believing the record for this Kingston team? They are better than the numbers we look at.
He's such a great coach. He can teach. He's a great teacher of the game.
Well, and that was a travel on David Perry. You are correct. Coach Conley, you know that at the beginning of the year, even if they're losing, you should always be scared of a Kingston team. And they always play good defense.
And when he entered the area to come coach for Kingston, they knew they got a good hire. And ever since he came, great teams every year.
Brand new school, brand new coach. Let's go to state a lot. Rebound by 22. I don't have down here. That was 32, Michael Urquhart, sorry. Hill leading the pack. Gets it into 44. Beautiful shot by Adam Lemon.
Nice little set shot. Nice defense by number 44, Kyle Hamill. Stop the break on that. Do anything you can to stop the break.
Oh, no doubt. These guys doing a really nice job out there. Scott Evans making the foul call, and Hamill's going to go to the line. Lemon almost had that steal.
I think the foul was after the pass was dropped, and he dropped the ball, and then they went for the ball on a push.
In the attempt to make it a jump ball, definitely. Hamill makes the first one.
Nice form by Kyle Hamill. Just a nice, looks like a nice pure shooter.
Says there was, now what I'm missing is I thought that was a 1-and-1, but there aren't even enough fouls up there to make it 1-and-1 yet. So I'm not trusting the board a whole lot. Second one is off. Oh, almost put back mistakenly by the North Kitsap player. 25-10, 4:18 remaining here in the second quarter. North Kitsap with the ball. Urquhart feeling it, thought he had the rhythm. English up ahead. Nice move, but he is fouled by number 24. That's going to be a blocking foul on Kendall Gill.
Nice call by Daryl Derringer. North Kitsap right now is not spacing their players, and they should space them apart a little more because their passes are too close right now, and they need to get space right now.
Well, you need a balance on the floor when you're out there, and English puts down the first one.
What happens when you have no space is that creates a lot of turnovers.
I noticed that too. Each player was just too close, and you do those passes 2 inches away. That really isn't getting you closer to the basket, nor is it getting you where they can't get to it.
And that's easy for Kingston to play defense. Just pack the zone.
Second one just as good. Henry English with 2 free throws. Henry, a junior. Oh, almost an over and back, but didn't bring it over, so it can't be. Scott Evans says that's going to go off to the Buccaneers.
Henry English has got 6 points now. He's a leading scorer for Kingston. Katie Deem has 5, and Kyle Hamill has 4.
And I see that our statistician is going maybe, and that is what happens with every statistician. It's maybe every once in a while. We appreciate Dana doing it tonight and getting us some numbers. Even when I do it, we just say it with conviction and pretend it's right. So
stats are unofficial till the game's end.
That is correct. So with 4 minutes and 2 seconds remaining here in the second quarter, boy, Kingston has come up here hot. They are leading the Vikings 27-10. As you said, Dave, it doesn't seem that the Vikings have gotten into any sort of rhythm. They just don't seem to feel comfortable in their own home.
And with Kingston right now, with their tall number, I think he's out of the game right now.
Shippers?
Yes.
Shippers is in 35, but Hamels is sitting on the bench, number 44.
Their inside game is incredible right now. They just feed inside.
Well, tall to tall was working quite nicely, wasn't it?
Yes.
Deem, the senior that he is, gets it to Tyler Shuey. And that is Shippers for 3. Gee, if you can make inside and outside, that certainly is going to help you, isn't it?
That just makes them much more explosive. Now they got to come out on top. If he starts shooting like that, then they're going to have to come out on top.
Also in is Nathan Carlton, number 15 for the Buccaneers. Jacob Hill continues to play point guard. Looking for the open man. Urquhart trying to make an opening. Guarded quite tightly. Dean guarding Hill. And there's going to be a foul on that play, stopping the action.
Nice spin by Cole Robinau. Rabideau. It was a great spin move. That's why he got the foul, or he was fouled.
Well, actually, this is Jacob Hill. Cole is on Kingston.
I am looking at the wrong. There's 2 10s.
We're going to give you one of these for the next half, I promise you. I didn't realize we would just do some exchanging, so. And that is down for Hill. making both of them. Cutting into that Kingston lead a little bit. Shippers is going to drive the ball and is met by number 44, Adam Lemon. I think that's got to be, I thought Doc said he had 2 early, so that might be his 3rd foul.
Nice little fake by Shippers there. He kind of did a pump fake and drove with his left hand right to the hoop and got fouled.
And that is the 3rd foul on Lemon, so Viking waiting to come in for Lemon. Number 20, Tyler Lee, going to replace him. 6'5", replaced by 6'2".
Balance scoring by Kingston right now. They've got 4 guys right now with 5 points and above. So
that is the definition of team. Shippers, really nice form for a big man. You love that. He's going to get a break.
And he's a lefty, and that's just a good-looking shot right there.
Shippers sits, Hamels comes in. What do you lose, an inch? I'm not even sure if you do. No, same height. Great play by Carlton up ahead to KT Deem. Hill does a nice job of just standing straight up and down and being an obstacle. Oh, a timeout. I wasn't even sure that Kingston had control, but Coach Conley gets the timeout. He likes the effort he's seen from his team out there.
As referees do, is when there's a situation like that where they're loose ball, one thing we need to remember is when the coaches call timeout and they have to have possession. And of course, Coach Chisholm or the crowd doesn't like the call, but who has possession first, and that's exactly what happened first.
And as you said, Dave, you are listening for that timeout in a situation like that, because this is a pretty packed gym. We have the band playing tonight, a lot of Kingston fans, a lot of North Kitsap fans. You get some good noise going, and it is hard as a referee to hear anything. We'll ought to offer you guys some noise-reducing headphones down there.
It makes it so much easier.
Doesn't it up here? Exactly.
North is back to their man-to-man defense. I see a screen and roll coming.
Good switch. But KT Deem, just the pure shot.
3-point shot. Now he's the leading scorer with 8.
Ethan Grabner into the game. That pass just errant, as they might say. Try to get it ahead to Deem. I always think Wall and Deem are one and the same until you see they have different numbers. Quick jump calls before anybody gets hurt. And the possession arrow says that's going to go North Kitsap way. 2:05 remaining, 35-12. Plenty of time, including a half, for North Kitsap to make a run back, but they've just got to find an answer to this Kingston defense.
Right now, there's no chemistry for North Kitsap right now. Who's going to take over? Who's the point guard? Who's the shooter?
It doesn't help that Lemon's out. He's one of their stronger offensive players, especially down under. I learned that term during the Australian Open. Down under. English gets it back to Wall. Wall's going to go ahead and take that shot. Why not? It is good from 3.
He looked for a pass underneath. It wasn't there, and he had nice form, nice release, and perfect form to have it go in.
And he has been passing almost all night, so they weren't ready for that. The answer by Urquhart from a distance.
Nice 3-point shot.
Oh, beautiful by Bo Rabideau. He's the junior of there are 2 Rabideaus, Cole and Bo. Nice spin move, just not going to go down.
You cannot come down court with a 35-second clock and shoot with 30 seconds to go on the shot clock.
Unless you're as hot as Mr. Wall is right now.
He's feeling it right now. He's got a nice release on his shot.
You know, I realize Kingston is, 10 minutes away, so they're feeling like they're right at home here. Happy to be in this gym. A lot of these boys grew up playing in this gym.
A lot of buddies together here.
Exactly. cross-county rival, and not too far of a cross. Oh, nice drive, just isn't going to go down. Urquhart, Kendall Gill tries to put it up. Urquhart with the rebound, and Gill is just flat out blocked by the rim, but there's also a foul on the play.
One thing I saw was Kyle, when the ball came underneath with North, Kyle Hamill just put his arm straight up. And you cannot penalize a defender when those hands are straight up. And a very smart player right there.
It says that's the second foul on number 4, Wall. But Hamill's going to come out. And number 20, Mitch Sagdahl in. Commanding lead for the Buccaneers, 43-15 with just 20 seconds left in this half.
Right now, I wouldn't want to be playing Kingston now towards the end of the year. They look like they're just starting to get in their rhythm. And that can be very dangerous.
They seem to they wait till end of January/February/March to really play. 4.3 seconds remaining. He's got to shoot that. Oh, it's not going to go in. So at the end of 2, the Buccaneers 43, Vikings 16. Dave, that's kind of a slow-moving half for North Kitsap. What's Coach Chisholm going to be able to tell him?
He's got to find some players right now that go in the locker room and care a little bit about what they're doing. Someone's going to step on the court as a leader and say, guys, we're not looking very sharp right now. Let's pick it up. Let's pick up the intensity in the second half and see if we can make a game out of this.
Well, they're 7-4 in league, and they have a position in the playoffs if they keep doing some winning here. So I agree with you. There's some stepping up that needs to be done. We want to thank Doc Parr for being on camera today. Dave Ziesner on that other mic. I'm Kitty Campagna, and we will bring you the second half shortly.
This is